What's good, people? Thanks as always for passing by the channel. Much appreciated. Hit that subscribe button if you guys are new. How beautiful is this background? How beautiful is this background? I mean, this background alone deserves a thumbs up. Just this alone deserves a thumbs up. This is a garden, people. I've just got to Zimbabwe. I'm doing a boxing event here tonight. I got here yesterday, and look at this. This is a garden. And this isn't even all of the garden, by the way. It literally wraps around the house. So it's like a house literally just here where I'm filming. And the garden kind of wraps around it. So this is the front garden. This is the front garden. Stunning, right? Stunning. Obviously, absolutely nothing to do with the video, but just had to mention it just because it's a beautiful sight. It's a beautiful sight. All right, enough about that backdrop. Let's talk some boxing. Daniel Dubois versus Nathan Gorman has been made. I expected the fight to happen. Yes, I didn't expect it to happen now. I have to be honest with you, I expected the fight to happen early 2020, maybe if we're lucky, late 2019. But obviously, Frank Warren has decided to kind of push it forward. And the fight goes down, what, is it June or July? I can't remember. I think it's July, right? Which is impressive, and credit to both for stepping up. This is what should happen, right? This is what should happen. Two good prospects, and they are good prospects, fighting for the British heavyweight title. This is the route I like. I always complain about those international and regular belts and belts that kind of put you high up in rankings. No, start here. Do English, do British, do European, Commonwealth. And then if you're good enough, go to world level, right? So I'm happy that they're starting here. And I think it's a fantastic fight for both. I think both will go into this fight thinking they can win. Nathan Gorman will think he can easily outbox Daniel Dubois, which he probably can. Whereas Daniel Dubois thinks he can knock out Nathan Gorman, which he probably can, right? So going into it, I think it's a 50-50 fight. I think some people have Dubois is favourite, maybe because he's the more heavy-handed, and that counts in the heavyweight division, I guess. But I look at it as a 50-50 fight. I really do. I think Nathan Gorman is pretty skilled. I'm not going to say he's highly skilled. We haven't seen him in against anyone yet to really know that, but I think he's pretty skilled. He picks his punches well. He doesn't rush his work. And we saw Daniel Dubois the other day against Larty, and he rushed his work, right? He was lucky not to get tagged and knocked out. So if he fights like that against Nathan Gorman, he can just be picked off and lose a 12-round points decision. He needs to fight to a game plan. And when it is time to switch it up and throw bombs, throw bombs. I think Dave Allen already mentioned something like the winner of this fight, so Daniel Dubois and Nathan Gorman, should fight the winner of his fight against David Price. And I think Nathan Gorman agreed. And I think it's a fight that makes sense. All those guys are British level. And that's the kind of level they should be fighting at. So all those guys should mix it in with each other, and then the winner of that kind of round robin tournament then go to European, right? If Agate Caballero was still available after they've all mixed up with each other, then that's the route they should be taking. So I like this fight, and let's give some credit to Frank Warren as well for making this fight. He does seem to be the butt of a few jokes, but look, he's put two of his charges together again when he doesn't necessarily have to. Both of them could go their own route, and that's something I said they should do, and then meet later on down the line. But you've decided, you know what, let's do this now. Right, let's do it now, and you've got to give credit to that. He'd done that years ago with James DeGale versus George Groves. We all laughed at him when he said he was going to make Deontay Wilder versus Tyson Fury. Even up until about a month before the fight, I remember those interviews with Kugan Cassian and him, and Kugan saying, look, do we have a date? Do we have a venue? Is the fight really happening? A lot of people thought he wasn't going to make that fight. He made that fight. I didn't think he was going to put Frampton versus Warrington. I don't think he needed to, right? Two guys that are big ticket sellers. Why I kind of put them together. He done that. And it looks like he's going to do Yard Kovalev as well. Look, not all of these fights would he have wanted to do, but regardless, he's doing them. So I'm happy for him that he's actually at least given us the fights we want. He might not be the best in terms of talking in front of camera, right? I think that's why he gets a lot of stick. He isn't the best sometimes in his interviews, particularly with maybe the likes of Boxing Social, but he gives us the fights. You don't have to be a car salesman like Eddie Hearn to know that someone's given us what we want, and he's given us what we want right now. I like this fight a lot. I can't wait for it. Daniel Dubois has already said once he beats Nathan Gorman, he wants Joe Joyce. If he does beat Nathan Gorman convincingly, then Joe Joyce could be the fight to make, right? And I think Frank Warren won't be afraid to make Joe Joyce versus Daniel Dubois. The history says he won't. So I like it. I think it's a great matchup. I can't wait for it. And again, I say 50-50. If gun to the head, I would favour Dubois, possibly. But going in, I mean, I think anyone can win this one, which is what makes it a very, very good fight. What do you guys think of the fight? Let me know. Who do you guys think would win? Who's favourite? Who's favourite? I mean, Nathan Gorman said in the press conference that a lot of people are favouring Daniel Dubois. I've not really seen that, actually, but I think Frank Warren is favouring Daniel Dubois. I think Frank Warren wants him to win. I already kind of feel like Frank Warren is siding with Daniel Dubois. There seems to be a lot more on Daniel Dubois than on Nathan Gorman, so I think Frank knows who he wants to win. But in terms of the general public and the boxing fans, I think they have it 50-50. Anyway, what do you guys think? What do you think of the background? Let me know. Peace.